What is the architecture of repair? For answers, the Broken World Design Studios sought to reconstruct one small detail from a project mounted in the French town of Montjoie, atop a centuries-old home once owned by the prominent Garipuy family. The family is long gone, as is much of the building's original fabric. What remains was repurposed in 2023 by Bast Architects to serve as a multifunction community centre for the people of Montjoie.
What interested us was the remediation of a tumble-down brick wall with cast-in-place concrete, and the erection thereon of a wooden truss system organized around the goal of adding clear-story windows and a roof, or, as Bast puts it, a shed roof that allows you to ventilate naturally and bring in natural light.
The shed roof is deceptively simple. Common 2x4s and galvanized truss plates are cut and fastened into a series of about 20 identical mono trusses, each consisting of only 2 cords and 2 web studs. The trusses are arrayed on roughly 2-foot centers, wherein every 4th bay receives a modern 5-pane jalousie window. Plywood sheathing tops the trusses, and architectural glazing completes the envelope.
The visual cleverness of Bast's design, in fact, is a first hint that perhaps this simple shed roof is not so simple. Back inside, we find more complexity in the convergence of materials. The outward end of each truss, for instance, does not rest atop the shed's ancient brick wall, as it appears to from outside, but is rather anchored to a poured concrete header that caps the wall's entire length. The inward end of each truss is secured to a ledger board that itself is fastened to yet more poured concrete. Making all of this work required careful engineering, considerable craft, and hours of human labor. And that's to say nothing of all the equipment, rebar, aggregate, cement, water, forms, and so on that, at some point, had to converge in this spot only to vanish. It is hard to know anything really about the roof above the sheathing. The jalousie windows introduce even more variables. Flexible ceiling compounds, perhaps, maybe a new regime of mechanical fasteners, and most significantly, and easiest to miss in Bast's photos, electricity.
In important ways, then, the simplicity evident in Bast's design is a performative simplicity. It is carefully contrived to connote values that inhere in the purposes intended for a community centre. Thrift, transparency, durability, a regard for history, a responsibility to plan for what's ahead. Implied too are familiar messages about back-to-basics DIY sustainability. We look at this roof and think that we could build it ourselves. No, that we should, and that maybe this is the detail around which we'll build the pottery shed promised to a special friend. Witness the magic of architecture, emotion and politics, ideology and love, all bound together in space and time. All bound together, in fact, in the tiniest of details.